What do you know? We're here in Paris. Can I get some love for Venus Williams, please? 7 singles titles, 16 doubles titles, 4 Olympic gold medals. Welcome to the team. Venus Williams is here in the building. You started your first ever slam here at 16 years old.
Yes.
What does this place mean to you? What is it like to be back?
It was my first international trip.
Oh, wow.
And I played on a court that doesn't exist anymore. It used to be
the bullpen.
Yes.
It was right here.
It used to be, right here.
Yes.
Right here, okay, yeah.
We literally put the studio here
just
to make you feel at home.
Yeah, it's like, good memories here, but this is very, very special. Won my first doubles major here, too, with Serena back in the 90s. I'm taking it too far back, but it's good to be here in good company with Sam, with Caroline. We were in the back gossiping, so, yeah, it's good to be here.
What were you gossiping about?
Well, that's why it's gossip.
You?
My mom actually gets on me. She says, you need to stop gossiping. So I'm trying to slow it down.
You guys have known each other for a very long time.
Long time.
Venus, actually, we played an exhibition when I was junior, and I got put together with Venus, and I was so nervous, and I must have left a decent impression because we played in a tournament in Doha together after that, and that's how I met your sister. She was like, who's this little girl?
Exactly. We played doubles. One of the only people that I trusted to play doubles with, besides Serena. So I wish we could have kept that going, but Serena blocked it.
I know.
Just
Maybe
I knew that, but you know what? I had a conversation with her already about it.
They still have some of those Legends doubles events, at Wimbledon here. Maybe you guys can get back together.
There's no way Serena will allow this.
I don't know. I mean, we would still be serving pretty big. We got to wait like 20 years.
Yeah, valid.
Yeah.
You talked about a bunch of the current players there.
Yeah.
A lot of the Americans in action, especially we're going to see Coco Gauff tomorrow. Who has caught your eye? Who impresses you? Who are you rooting for?
The funny thing is that anything can happen out there. That's why they play the match, and especially on the clay. And we were just talking about the conditions we played under, where it would get dark. Now they have all the lights out here, so you can keep playing until infinity. But it's hard on the body, and the court can get heavy. All these things can happen, so you don't know who's going to win. Of course, big fan of the Americans. I always watch the Americans, always rooting for them. Coco, I'm a huge fan. I love her passion. I think so sometimes, though, she's just too hard on herself. I think she's got to just let go and allow herself to do what she can do. And she has such big expectations of herself, so I'd love to see her win here. She's come close.
Yeah?
Right? I came close, too. Coming close is not the goal. I know she wants to win. And then, there's other players like Fritz. He expects himself to do well on the clay. He's like, to be a top player, I've got to do well on the clay, too. That's a big expectation.
Tough loss for him.
Yeah, tough loss. So
we got
it's
Madison
hard.
Keys in action, a bunch of good ones, but I don't know.
When you're walking around the grounds, if you see Coco or Madison, do you give them any advice? Or, hey, how can they get the title?
I was always playing against them, so I never got a chance to really give them that much advice. They were playing so well. I lost to both of them. So it's not easy to be in that position where you're mentor and you're playing against someone. But these girls know what they're doing. Madison hits the ball a ton. How exciting was it when she won the Australian Open this year? I was like, my heart. So I was so happy for her, and she could do it again.
And I think talking about tough competition, one of the best players of all time, the best player of all time, your sister, you won and are one of the best players of all time, winning 7 Grand Slams, doing so much for the sport, so many finals. But in a lot of these finals, you had to play your sister. What is it like for you to not only play your sister, but also playing someone that you knew when she's playing her best tennis? I mean, it's so tough to beat.
Yeah, we were just saying, like, you hope Serena didn't play well, right? Like, in order to win, she had to play not her best. You had to play your best. And it was hard to walk out in the court knowing that. And then, of course, there's a sister factor, right? That's my sister. It's my baby sister. I want her to win, too. So the celebration wasn't like, it didn't feel like a celebration when I would beat her. And I lost a lot, too. It still felt like a loss. But the celebration didn't feel like that.
I don't know if it felt like that to you, but I never wanted to anger her on court because I knew if I angered her, you were done.
You don't do that.
No.
You don't wake the beast. You just you don't want to make Hulk angry. You don't do that. She was the Hulk. You just kept her sedated, and hopefully she would just beat you, not beat you like 10 times in a row if you made her angry.
Oh, and oh.
Yeah.
Last night we had a celebration. Rafa Nadal, everything he's meant to the sport. We had Federer out there. We had Novak. We, of course, had Andy Murray. I mean, you were around the same time. You experienced so much. To see his journey, to see that celebration, what was that like for you?
I mean, first of all, kudos to those guys who are coming out. I know they've got busy schedules, families.
Yes.
So cool to see all 4 of those guys together. They changed tennis. And I don't know if there'll be anything quite like it. I hope so with this next generation. But Rafa deserves he deserves a celebration every year. For the 13 years he won, was it 13, 14?
14.
14? He needs 14 years of celebrating.
112-4
That's insane.
at Roland-Garros.
You can't make this up.
No.
You can't make it up.
It almost felt like we should have stopped play on all courts for about 30 minutes during the
Right?
celebration last night, right?
Moment of silence or a moment of sangria or something, there should have been tapas all around here. I don't know, something
I was waiting
to
for the
celebrate.
flyover. We didn't get it.
We were all very excited when we heard you were joining the team. I'm curious, why are you excited to be on this side of the camera?
Listen, I'm really nervous. So
Are you? No.
I'm trying. I'm like, am I going to cancel myself by saying something crazy? Everybody's like, be yourself. I'm trying. But it's interesting to be on this side, right? Because when you come as a player, your mind's already on the next match. You're not even thinking about this interview. You kind of get through it. But as a broadcaster, journalist, you want to do your best. Hopefully people watch, and hopefully the fans get some sort of insight to what it's like to be a player or what it's like to be out there.
We have 2 weeks left of Roland-Garros before we crown a king and queen. Venus is going to be along for the ride, and we are so honored to have you here. Can I get some more love for Venus Williams, please? One of the best to ever do it.